As we know that 2024 also going to end, and this went not very good for gaming because we saw only few very big games. But 2025 is coming. Maybe this year will be the best year for gaming, because GTA 6 can be launched, and many more big games are coming, so keep watching and save you money for these. This is psychological horror game, but I hate horror games because I think I have ghost phobia. Images are engraved in my mind that would make any man tremble in fear, but I am not just any man. I am the occultist. This is not my words. This is Alan Words, the main character of this game. There is not much I found on internet except developer told us about features of this game, but by watching this trailer, I can feel that we have to into Dangerous Castle, or I don't know, what is this? And we have to kill a ghost or witch and buried it maybe. And this is coming obviously in 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. I am not a big fan of Marvel, but I think this game can made me. Because I like the combination of this. Its story is inspired by the 2010 Marvel Comics limited series Captain America Black Panther Flags of Our Fathers. Set in occupied Paris during World War II, and involves American super soldier Steve Rogers forming an uneasy alliance with Azuri, the King of Wakanda, as they attempt to prevent the rise of the terrorist organization Hydra. The game will be an action-adventure video game where players will control an ensemble of 4 characters. In addition to the main protagonists, Steve Rogers and Black Panther member Gabriel Jones and Nanali, the leader of the Wakandan spy network, will be playable. Mafia The Old Country is an upcoming action-adventure video game developed by Hangar 13 and published by 2K. It is scheduled to be released in 2025 for PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series X/S. It is a prequel to the first game and the 4th entry in the Mafia series, following Mafia The 3. The game is based in Sicily in the 1900s, in the fictional town of San Celeste, which was previously featured in Mafia 2. It is based around the origins of the Mafia. Crimson Desert is an upcoming action-adventure game developed and published by Pearl Abyss. The game is scheduled to release for PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series XS in the second quarter of 2025. Crimson Desert is set in a medieval fantasy world on a continent called Pywell. Cliff, the main character, is a mercenary who finds himself beleaguered by the burdens of leadership and painful memories of his past. Ghost of Yotei is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by Sucker Punch Productions and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It is a standalone sequel to the 2020 game Ghost of Tsushima. It is set to release for PlayStation 5 in 2020. Ghost of Yotei centers around the theme of underdog vengeance. The story is set in 1603 in Hokkaido, Japan. Players will take control of Atsu, Erika Ishii, a female warrior who adopts the persona of the Ghost. Developers have claimed that players will have more control over Atsu's narrative and choices compared to Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Yotei's setting was inspired by Sucker Punch Productions' multiple visits to northern Japan. Creative director Jason Connell was struck by the beauty of Mount Yotei, staring at it for hours. The development team recorded nature sounds at Shiratoko National Park. Creative director Nate Fox wanted a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima to maintain its core elements. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach is an upcoming action game developed by Kojima Productions and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It is the sequel to Death Stranding and is written, produced, and directed by Hideo Kojima. It is also the second game of Kojima Productions as an independent entity and the studio's second collaboration with Sony. The title features the previous game's central characters, including Sam Porter Bridges, Fragile, and Higgs, reprised by Norman Reedus, Lea Seydoux, and Troy Baker. The game features the likenesses of Mad Max co-creator George Miller and Turkish film director Fatih Akin. Kojima began writing the game's sequel sometime prior to 2020, but reworked his narrative from scratch to reflect the impact of COVID-19 on the worldwide population. After the story was completed, hints of Death Stranding launching a new franchise for Kojima Productions had been insinuated before the sequel game was confirmed as in development by Reedus in May 2022. The game was officially announced in December 2022, alongside the confirmation of the new cast members' respective involvements. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach is set to release for PlayStation 5 in 2025. Wilds is an action role-playing video game played from a third-person perspective. In Wilds, players take the role of a custom hunter character who travels to the Forbidden Lands, an unpopulated landmass filled with monsters, in order to locate a missing expedition party. Borderlands 4 is coming in 2025. It's somehow already been over 5 years since the last mainline installment landed, so I am eagerly anticipating another opportunity to loot and shoot my way around a delightfully alien world. That's especially true for Borderlands 4, with Gearbox Software pushing us away from Pandora and onto a brand new planet, along with 4 new Vault Hunters for company. The first Borderlands 4 trailer doesn't feature any actual gameplay, but it does set the tone for what Gearbox is trying to capture here. You can watch the teaser above, which showcases a fractured planet under siege from the skies. Little Nightmares 3 is an upcoming puzzle platform horror adventure video game developed by Supermassive Games and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S. It serves as a standalone sequel to the first 2 Little Nightmares games. The game follows 2 new child protagonists, Lo and Alone. As they navigate like its predecessors, the player explores a 3-dimensional world, encountering platforming situations and puzzles that must be solved to proceed. Unlike the first 2 games, the player can now go solo alongside an AI companion or with another player in online co-op. The 2 main characters have different gameplay mechanics, with Lo wielding his bow and arrow, and Alone using her wrench through the nowhere and escape from a looming threat. It is scheduled for a 2025 release. And finally, a game come, which does not need any introduction. Yes, GTA 6 in this game will change the whole gaming industry, and I am waiting for second trailer from Rockstar, and we should wish that this game come in 2025, or it may be delayed.